What about the ghost pepper? You left him on spot. What's up, you beautiful people out there? It's me, Ochad, and today we're going to be reacting to Food Fury, how to survive spicy food. I'm so bummed to watch this because that's the question that I've had for my entire life. How do you fight this? For example, a lot of people are doing challenges. For example, they're challenging you to eat this really hot pepper and you don't want to because you don't have any tactic. Like, how are you going to suppress the hotness and spiciness of the food? So if I get my answer from this video, I'm gonna be very satisfied. This is also my first reaction of this channel, Food Fury. So my expectations are pretty high because Game Fury and Film Fury are pretty awesome channels.
First we feast. I'm Sean Evans and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings.
So MadPat never has been.
That's right, Sean. I snuck onto your show.
Why?
Because you've invited a bunch of other YouTubers onto Hot Ones, but never me. What gives? You saw I have a food channel now, right?
You make the Mario's Mental Fury.
That's right, a food channel. You probably thought I'd come on here and talk about super boring science stuff. Well, I'm here to talk about super exciting science stuff. Now then, I've prepared a presentation on the transient receptor potential cation channel subfamily V member 1.
One very long presentation later.
And there you have it. What do you think?
Whatever, but like at this point, like, it's hard for me to even look at a chicken wing.
I hope he didn't say that in an actual video. Okay, I like the intro.
Welcome to Food Theory, the show that spices up science by peppering in puns. So one show I resent not being invited onto, one show I enjoy watching online is Hot Ones, which, as you probably know, combines celebrity interviews with pain by forcing both interviewer and interviewee to eat spicier and spicier chicken wings as the episode progresses.
And the hoster.
Kansas don't know how to do no hot wings.
Has a special face. A charming face.
Oh! Guess what got me? God!
On their final interview question,
man.
guests take on the infamous Last Dab sauce, made from the hottest peppers in the entire world. And I just so happen to have myself a bottle of the Last Dab sauce that I've been saving for a special occasion. Just look at that thing.
This episode?
Now, if it seems like I'm totally brown-nosing the show, it's because I totally am. I want to be on Hot Ones. And just in case I ever do get called up to the big leagues, I gotta be prepared. That's why today Steph and I are getting spicy. Phrasing. Gotta try that one again. That's why today Steph and I are bolstering our spice tolerances and doing some spicy science. Today, through good old research and experimentation, we're gonna show you and ourselves how to stay cool while eating hot wings by testing the best antidotes the internet has to offer. Alright,
I think antidote is milk.
Here
the best
in
one.
the Spice Lab, as
Because
I like to say. It is our
judging from that one
pale
GMM
imitation
episode,
of the first
remember that?
Feast Hot Ones
The
set.
final season of
so
season 7
where
of
are we
Good
starting
Mythical Morning.
in terms of like relative tolerance to spice? I already know, but you should say anyway.
I'd say I'm decent with spicy foods. Stephanie, meanwhile,
I'm a wimpy.
the first step in our quest to make spicy a bit more icy is to figure out which spice antidotes to test. On Hot Ones, the go-tos are water and milk, so we'll definitely be testing those, but guests on the show are also welcome to bring in their own home remedies, and they've brought in all sorts of creative spice chasers. Avocado, alcohol, Thai iced tea, donuts, even straight up lemon juice. And the internet has plenty of other suggestions too, and I do mean plenty of other suggestions.
Of
so
course.
in order to identify which ones we want to test, we first have to know how
Sweets.
spice works. When
By
we
the way,
talk
those
about the
donuts
spice
look
pepper,
so
what we're
delicious.
really
Give me one.
talking about is the chemical
Please.
capsaicin. And yes, I'm pronouncing it capsaicin because that's
I've
what Merriam-Webster
missed
told
American
me to
donuts
pronounce
so
it,
much.
even though I've never once heard anyone in my life pronounce it that way.
Capsaicin.
So if you don't like it, take it up with both Merriam and or Webster. When you eat a spicy pepper, capsaicin molecules attach to TRPV1 receptors in your tongue, which trigger a pain signal to your brain. In addition to spice, TRPV1 receptors also detect acidic conditions and hot temperatures in your mouth. Basically, whenever they get activated, the result is a stinging hot pain. So if you've ever bitten into a jalapeno and felt like your mouth is burning, well, that's because capsaicin has activated the exact receptors that would tell your brain if there was an actual fire in your mouth. In case you're wondering, yeah, you've got TRPV1 receptors all along your gastrointestinal tract. And I do mean all the way to the end. So if you've ever eaten something spicy and felt it later on, that's why. Now, the more capsaicin a pepper has, the more TRPV1 receptors it activates in your mouth, and the spicier it's going to be on your tongue. Fans of Hot Ones know all about the Scoville scale, which describes the heat level of a pepper based on its capsaicin concentration. For reference, a regular old bell pepper has 0 Scoville heat units, or SHUs. A typical jalapeno might have 8,000 or so, and the Moruga
bell
scorpion
pepper looks
the
so
hottest
much
pepper
like
known to
paprika,
mankind
doesn't
in
it?
2012, and also the pepper from which my bottle of the Last Dab sauce is derived, averages 1.2 million SHUs. Why did I
Dang.
specify the year 2012, by the way? Because the Moruga scorpion pepper is no longer the hottest pepper in the world. You see, humans have gotten real good and real aggressive about breeding super
There's
hot peppers
so
in recent
many
years, and as a
pepper
result,
types,
no pepper
bro.
stays
It's
atop the pedestal for
mind-blowing.
long. Since 2011, 5 different chili peppers have held Guinness's title of world's hottest pepper. If you went anywhere near YouTube in 2017 or 2018, then you're mighty familiar with the current record holder, the Carolina Reaper, which averages over 1.6 million SHUs.
The Pocky One Chip Challenge.
It's made with a Carolina
You're showing
Reaper,
Logan Paul.
and there's only one.
What about the
each
ghost
pack.
pepper? You left him on the spot.
So Lake has the hiccups.
Yeah. They ate it
He
again?
wants to die.
GMM did it twice. I can't believe they did it
So yeah,
again in
the
a
race to make the
podcast,
world's
bro.
hottest pepper has gotten
Who in
fast
the
and
right mind would
furious,
do
and
that?
Hot Ones has
For
managed
the
to keep
views?
up with it all.
Probably.
The latest iteration of the Last Dab sauce is derived from Pepper X, which is rumored to have up to 3.18 million SHUs, basically twice as hot as the Carolina Reaper, although that's yet to be confirmed by Guinness. So
Okay.
a Last Dab sauce, at least that spicy awaits me if I ever happen to be invited on the show, which means that I have to beat capsaicin by dissolving it, by overpowering it, or even by soaking it up. After
So what are you
several
gonna
rounds
do?
of testing antidotes, Steph and I will use that info to develop the ultimate spice chaser recipe and test it against the Last Dab sauce as our grand finale. First up, we tried soothing our tongues with good old-fashioned water, an option made available to Hot Ones guests in like
Doesn't work
every
that much.
episode. Should we cheers?
Even if
Okay,
it's
cheers.
cold.
Ding! Capsaicin, like many oily substances, is insoluble in water, which means it doesn't dissolve in water. So while cool water may feel temporarily soothing from a temperature standpoint, it doesn't actually break capsaicin molecules down at a molecular level the way that some other chasers we'll be testing out today will.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and drink the water because
I feel the burning.
my mouth is definitely at a heat level where I would be able to tell if it were reduced.
Right. Oh yeah, no, totally.
Okay. Melvin, have you
While the
gained some
water's in
weight?
there, it feels better, but as soon as I swallow, it just comes right back. Actually,
Yeah, while it's sitting in your mouth and on your tongue, it feels like it kind of like drowns it out for a minute or two.
yeah.
But yeah, as soon as you swallow it down, it is no bueno.
Such
On
a letdown,
scale of
water.
How effective
How
was
could you
it?
do that to me?
F to A plus.
To
what would you
us.
say?
What is the lowest passing grade? D.
Like D.
D. D
No.
for. Don't give that to me after something
Diet
really spicy.
Coke.
D for it didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
was gonna say like C. It's like didn't really do anything, but at the same time, like
It
wasn't.
didn't let you
effective.
I think we should move on to
down
the next one.
All right, next.
all the way, you know? Here we go with the ads. At least give me something good. Come on now. Online
Next, we tried
RPG. Did that
whole
look
milk
like an
as our soothing
RPG to you
agent.
guys?
Milk is another go-to chaser on Hot Ones, but unlike water, it also comes highly recommended by science. 80% of the protein in cow's milk is casein, which does have the ability to dissolve capsaicin molecules.
Wow.
This is for the same reason that soapy water is better at getting grease off a pan. Soap molecules surround and carry away grease molecules, and so, in theory, does casein. But in order to understand how well milk works, we need to try it for ourselves. Oh yeah, that's pretty darn good. So again,
Oh wow! Oh wow, that actually does because I feel where the milk didn't touch, I still feel it burning like on my lips.
Yep.
But in my mouth, it's actually really nice and neutralized. It doesn't feel cold or anything, but it feels cool.
it comes back, certainly, but
What about
slower
candy?
and less strongly, the pain. So it's actually really pleasant.
I would give milk like a B+ or something. Milk did a really good job with the inside of your mouth and maybe keeping it
By the way,
cool for
Matt-
about 15 seconds.
I would say
Just
B+
loves
too.
wearing
Yeah,
this
I think
jacket,
so, too.
doesn't
So
he?
milk worked better than water, but
It's
I'm
probably
not
his
convinced
favorite
that
one.
B+ is going to be cutting it against the last dab sauce. So we continued with alcohol. Since capsaicin is soluble in alcohol, science left
drink
us with
vodka,
little
huh?
choice but to go in and buy some vodka.
We are actually not drinkers. We just don't like the taste of alcohol, actually. And so we had to go out and buy alcohol for this experiment because we don't just like keep high concentration alcohol on hand in our house.
We're what we call educational drinkers,
about beer?
where we like learning about alcohol and taste testing a lot of them and learning about the history and being able to like identify interesting things in the flavors of them. But when it comes to like actively seeking it out for enjoyment, we're just not those
Yeah,
people.
we're not those people.
Getting crunk in the name of science. Woo! All right, cheers.
Cheers.
Boop, boop. Okay, here we go.
See, Matt, you can make great
There was
jokes.
no cup for this.
This is classy. Here on Food Theory, we're classy. Steph.
This is gonna get us
There you go.
demonetized, isn't it?
Nostrovia. We can always cut this one. If it does.
Science!
Oh, vodka.
Oh, that made it worse.
Oh, it didn't. Oh, God. Why
What?
isn't it working?
That's
Oh,
so much worse now.
jeez. Whoa, it's like everywhere. And it's hard. Why? From a chemistry perspective, I thought it was soluble.
Instant
What
regret.
happened?
So much saliva in my mouth that I want to spit it out.
Science has lied to me, and I don't know why. I'm gonna do some research and follow up in probably VO
No, it's
to
not
explain why
science
this didn't
fault.
work.
It's
Thanks,
full of
me.
the
I'll take it
internet.
from here. Turns out alcohol is a bit of a double-edged sword when it comes to fighting spice. It's true, alcohol dissolves capsaicin, but even an 80-proof alcohol like vodka is mostly water. And on top of it, it turns out that ethanol also activates TRPV1 receptors, which is probably why the vodka, which is 40% ethanol, added to our overall pain. Like, I'm actually sweating after that one because it's like, wow, that made it a lot worse.
I know, that was bad.
Oh,
Drip
that is
milk,
terrible.
F.
F's across the board.
F.
Wow.
Number 4, I hope it's a lot better. This one's lemon juice. So, the
I'm pretty
rationale
sure this
here
one has
is, first
acid
off,
in
if
it.
you watch the
Like
Gordon
one
Ramsay
type of acid.
episode of First We Feast's Hot Ones, he just downs this stuff by the boatload. And so, we're like, well, we gotta test it out. Do you know anything about the chemistry here?
Yeah, so lemon juice is acidic. That means it has a low pH, and funny enough, capsaicin is, at least compared to lemon juice, a base. So in theory,
In food theory!
drinking a lot of lemon juice should help neutralize the capsaicin.
Come on. Your previous joke
Oh,
was
okay,
10
okay,
times
lemon
better.
juice.
Okay, ready? Cheers.
Huh?
Woo! Over the teeth, over the gums.
It is helping. But
Yeah.
also the lemon flavor is so tart.
So, far and away,
Oh, it's lemon juice.
is the #1
It's like a more,
heat reducer right now.
yeah, it's like a more permanent solution
Huh.
actually.
The downside to lemon juice is you're drinking lemon juice. Lemon
Yeah.
juice, thumbs up. I would give that one. I would give that an A. A for me. What about you?
Wow.
A minus. Okay. Round number 5.
Okay.
Sugar water.
Matthew's too
Huh.
nice to tell you this, but I've started burping a lot off camera. It's really bad.
How about
But
sugar
I respect
milk?
her privacy.
Huh?
Because women don't burp.
Sounds like a
Or-
good idea.
or poop. This is what I've learned. Now, for this round, we absolutely saturated room temperature water with granulated sugar.
That
means we
much
kept stirring in
sugar?
more and more and more sugar until the water couldn't dissolve anymore. This home remedy is all about
You're not
taste.
putting
The
sugar
won't
in
dissolve the
water.
capsaicin
At that
molecules
point,
the way
you're
the milk
putting
did, for
water
example,
in
but
sugar.
Our research suggests that the sweet taste will simply overpower the spiciness and drown it out with a strong, pleasant flavor.
Okay, makes sense.
Wow, that works really well. That
Oh, sweet relief, literally.
Sweet relief. Good job. Good job.
How
Good
about-
job. Like,
come on.
as soon as I pour this in my
Sweetie
mouth,
milk, come on.
the spice just disappears. It just goes away immediately, almost entirely, and it stays
Huh.
that way for a good couple of seconds.
This is a
when I swallow
good,
it, then
low-budget
the spice
antidote,
beats back.
guys.
Unlike the lemon juice, which kind of noticeably took it down levels every time I took a sip, this one,
Comes right back.
it comes back and it's at the same level.
In the first 5 seconds, it's like an A+, and then after that, it's like B-.
It does dip off,
Oh.
which averages out like A-.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Okay.
there you go. We
Still,
agree.
still a nice
because some home
low
remedies
budget
claim that
antidote.
starches help soak up oily capsaicin, kind
Bread?
of like a mop would. We also saw Gordon Ramsay bust out donuts during his Hot Ones appearance, so I'm curious to know whether those
Bro,
were
he
entirely
came
about the sweetness
prepared.
or if the bread itself does something.
No
like
wonder
too.
why it
But
had
hey,
that
whether
many
or not
views.
this one works, it's just an excuse to eat bread. Who doesn't love an excuse to eat bread? Oh look, I made a
Exactly.
Stephanie sandwich.
Oh
I
my
mean-
god, shut up.
The last time I
Stephanie
ate bread was
And we quickly discovered that the bread
two-
alone
one
was
month
not
ago.
going to help.
This isn't really doing anything.
Right?
The only-
This is such a ripoff. What is this doing? My mouth is so hot right now.
Which is surprising because this is one of those really popular myths,
Right.
right? That bread
Right, you're
part.
supposed to do it.
That you see people like shoveling it down.
Just look at the
It's not
man.
doing anything.
No,
Bad
it's
man
back to you.
getting the food.
Yeah, it's actually
You
less
know,
effective.
this doesn't
than
work at
water,
all.
So I'd say this is like
Just
the-
like-
finally, round number
A
7.
food
Here it
critic.
is,
I
the grand
love it.
finale, the nectar of the gods, Diet Coke. How's your mouth feeling?
Why is that a normal Coke?
Okay, I'll admit it. There wasn't much scientific reasoning behind this
What
one.
is
We
wrong
just
with
happened to
her?
have Diet Coke in the fridge, and you know me, I never turned down a chance to riot with the diet. Honestly, we went into this expecting Diet Coke to be the worst of the bunch. The idea of carbonation bubbles adding to the spicy pain just didn't seem all that pleasant. Diet Coke for the memes, for
Exactly.
the tradition.
The thought
Will the
alone.
nectar of the gods cure us?
Oh, it actually works surprisingly well.
Yeah! Turns out Diet Coke isn't half bad as a spice chaser. Way to go, buddy. I shouldn't have doubted you for a moment. And there's actually a couple reasons for this. First, it's fairly acidic with a pH of about 3.2, which means that it's working in largely the same way that the lemon juice did. Second, it had an overpowering sweet flavor that did the trick pretty nicely. And the carbonation
Yok artık diyeceğim fırsatlar
Yeah.
hepsi buradanın
Even Diet Coke is
Sadece üç
sweet.
gözü
But I've heard that Diet
fırsatları
Coke is
kaçırma.
even worse. Unless
bubbles
healthy
didn't really
than
bother
normal
us like
Coke.
we thought they would.
I hope that's a
The
joke.
carbonation
I hope that's
gives
false.
your tongue, I guess, something different to feel on it, and so you have these like bubbles popping in your mouth, and so I guess your mouth is confused.
They say that the aspartame in Diet Coke is actually much sweeter than your mouth can actually even process.
Yeah.
The sweetness
What?
actually does have an effect.
Wow. Nectar of the gods, man. It's not one that like
Guys,
numbs it long
cut up on the Coke.
but
Come
as
on.
like an immediate solution, it works really well. So I'd say this one is like B plus territory.
Yeah, B plus, B plus.
Yeah, it's not as good as lemon juice certainly, and it's not as good as pure sugar water.
This doesn't work. No, it doesn't work.
Yeah, the bread still doesn't work, Steph. So with all 7
Lemon
rounds under
juice
our collective belts,
is way to
Steph and
go.
I reconvened in the kitchen to develop our ultimate spicy food antidote. We kept a few key takeaways in mind. 1, acids like lemon juice really seem to work best for permanently dulling spice pain. 2, overpowering sweetness like the sugar water and to a lesser
So
extent
milk
the Diet
mixed
Coke
with-
really helped to kill off the spicy
Okay, I
pain
don't
in the
think
short
they're gonna
term.
do that.
And third, we both agreed that we shouldn't overlook casein, as milk definitely dulled the pain as well.
Okay.
So we looked into recipes that incorporated all 3 elements
Milk
of our
with a little
gateway
bit lemon
trifecta:
juice and sugar.
acidity, sweetness, and casein. However, this wound up being easier said than done, since acids, such as lemon juice, cause milk to curdle when they're added together. Now, we were able to find some drinks out there that technically accomplish the trifecta, like Brazilian lemonade,
Really?
which incorporates limes, along with sugar and condensed
But
milk.
that's
But in
lime.
this recipe, a fair amount of water is also added in order to stave off curdling, so it's a no-go. Weakly acidic liquids like coffee are able to combine with dairy and sugar, but we found the acidity of coffee was too weak to make a difference against even our medium levels of spicy sauce. Since getting a lot of acidity and sugar and dairy looked to be out of the question, we decided to focus on our 2 strongest performers, acidity and sugar. This eventually led us
Aw.
to a lime
Rest in peace,
simple
milk.
syrup, which is essentially lime juice jam-packed with so much sugar that it takes on an oozy, more viscous consistency. Steph and I
Like I
found
said,
that not only did
you're
it
putting
taste
water
great
in sugar.
and kill off medium-level spices really well, but the additional viscosity was a huge help in stamping out spice pain because it hung around on our tongues a lot longer than runnier liquids, especially when it was served cold. Now, this whole simple syrup breakthrough got Steph to go on the viscosity train in a big way. In fact, she wound up ditching my solution and going off to make her own super viscous chaser using honey for its intense sweetness and peanut butter, which provides plenty of oils to bond to the capsaicin. So with our
Okay.
2 spice chaser
Not that
antidotes in
stupid.
hand, there was nothing left to do than test them out against the final boss of the episode, the last dab. Woo! All right, Steph, you ready?
Yeah.
I know how much you love spicy
Oh,
food. Are we gonna
dang.
do a dab, multiple dabs? Whoa!
Ready?
So this is the
Ready?
spiciest
Go.
sauce that's out there, I think. The crunchiness is real.
It's definitely hot. Oh, oh.
Look at
oh
their
my
eyes.
God, there it is, there it is. Let's get the
hot.
editing going. Okay.
It's heating up. I'm getting hot and sweaty. I'm getting there. Are you drinking my drink?
Oh my God, got it. Oh,
It's definitely lingering in the back of my throat now.
But is that the antidote?
Okay, I like it. This is good. I feel pretty good. You can definitely feel the heat surging back into your mouth, and it's a lot faster than with the lesser.
But is that a
spicy
good
wings.
thing? That you
have
feel
to
it
pop faster and
deep in
comes
your
back much
throat?
more intense. But again, I think my solution is working pretty well.
here's the thing. The combination is actually the way to go.
Really?
So putting that in your mouth,
Okay.
it coats it. It gives you a different taste. It gives gives you different sweetness, but the peanut butter sticks on your tongue and actually holds some of the spice on there.
It does. It's like a band-aid for your mouth. Ooh. It's also delightful. Wow, it is
I
hot.
noticed that. Oh god, it's so hot.
It's not leaving.
It's so hot still. Oh god, it's worse.
This is what you get for making that Mario's mental
It
theory.
took
Come
a
on.
long time to get there, but it's there.
I hate breathing.
Yeah, hashtag relatable there.
So there is no antidote. Just gotta keep
breathing
eating
doesn't
this.
help.
So the other theory behind this was that a lot of Thai food uses a lot
They're
of
using the same
peanut
spoon.
in sauces
Okay.
in combination with a lot of spicy things. So I thought that maybe.
It doesn't go away. It doesn't
No.
go away.
Wow.
So I thought that maybe would help.
Come on, you're a
Just
film
beautiful.
theorist. You're a game
I like
theorist.
my drink. I think I gotta give the most points to my drink. This is a
Your drink is cold. Oh,
right?
this is nice.
That's the thing that's missing, I think, from this. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that the simple syrup or the peanut butter honey mixture was enough to completely neutralize the last dab sauce. That spice kept coming back, and with an intensity that honestly was shocking. But we felt that we came a long way in separating the myths from the reality when it comes to combating spicy food, and we've armed ourselves with the science that we need to compete in the arena with the big boys.
How
If I
about
never
just
get tapped
sugary
for
cold
Hot
milk?
Ones at any point,
I'm
I'm
still
showing up with an
holding to
arsenal
that.
of sugary lime water, peanut butter cups, and maybe even a swig or two of Diet Coke. Sean Evans doesn't know it yet, but he's met his true match in science. I'm ready whenever you are, buddy. But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory.
Yeah, that
Out
face
of
made a
the
huge
team. We're on the
impact.
subject of surviving
Alright,
food.
so this video was a quarter letdown, but you know, at least he gave me some new ideas on how I should fight spiciness, and that's all that matters. So guys, that was amazing. I definitely enjoyed myself watching this video. So if you have any more recommendations on what I should react to next, let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see more of my reactions to the food theorist videos, also let me know in the comment section below. Leave a like, subscribe, and activate that beautiful clock bell. And I will see you guys next time. Take care. Ciao!